Now we have the pleasure to hear from our keynote speaker. Our keynote speaker today is more than just a journalist. He is a titan of sports culture and a 2023 Curt Gowdy Media Award winner. For nearly 3 decades, he has been the primary architect of the stories that define the NBA. From the sidelines of the world's biggest arenas to the screens of ESPN, Hulu, and Netflix, he has spent 27 seasons showing us sports fans that basketball is never just a game. It is a window into race, culture, and our shared humanity. A Naismith Basketball Hall of Famer and a senior writer for ESPN's Andscape, he brings a level of heart and authenticity to the industry that is second to none. Please join me in warmly welcoming Marc J. Spears to the stage.
Good afternoon. You know, any Pelicans fans here? I know they've been waiting for a championship banner in this place for a long time. But on this floor right now, we got a bunch of champions, right? Yes, sir. Well, good afternoon, Night Owls. I live in the San Francisco Bay Area, but it's always great to be in my second home in New Orleans, where my mother and most of my family members reside in the state where I got my master's degree. Professionally, I am honored and blessed to have several titles. I'm a Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame writer. I am a television NBA analyst for ESPN. I actually have an award-winning documentary called Katrina Cop in the Superdome. I am even ambassador for Kendall-Jackson Wines, who was the official sponsor of the NBA. If you believe it or not, I'm an ambassador for wine, so I'm getting some hookups right now. But my followers who have read my words for over 27 years of covering the NBA know me best for being a storyteller. And I definitely have a lot of stories that are near and dear to my heart from the Big Easy. I grew up listening to my father and my 2 uncles in New Orleans tell the best stories. Now, whether or not these stories are true is another thing, but they were great storytellers. And I try to use their storytelling energy when I write about the crossroads of sports, culture, race, and humanity for ESPN's Andscape, as I've done for the last 10 years. I tell these stories because I believe they have the power to create meaningful change for people of color, women, the less fortunate, and the seldom heard, while allowing me to remain connected to the game of basketball. For example, I brought light to the New Orleans Juvenile Justice Intervention Center in November of 2023 when I wrote about then Pelican star C.J. McCollum's visit there. His visit drove home the fact that we all follow different paths and experience varying levels of privilege. It's highlighted that everyone needs support, mentorship, and access to services to reach their full potential, especially those who find themselves entangled in the legal system at a young age. But another beautiful part of my job is that basketball allows me to cover the game all over the world on a company dime. I've covered Olympics in Paris and Beijing, the Basketball Africa League in Senegal, South Africa, and Morocco, the European Championships in Sweden, and the NBA games in Italy, England, Canada, Mexico, and South Africa. But of all the cities, all of them, all over the world that I've visited, none can match the combination of food, welcoming people, the variety of music, and the pride that you get into the city of New Orleans. And the mosquitoes have welcomed me since I've been here as well. That's another story. And there is no other basketball arena in the world, and Pelicans fans, tell me if I'm wrong, where you can get an alligator sausage jambalaya, drink a daiquiri, watch a second line band, and see Zion Williamson throw a 360 dunk all in one night at the Smoothie King Center. In addition to seeing the Pelicans in the regular season and playoff games, and also the old school Hornets, and I'm dating myself here, I've also seen Sade perform in this venue. Yeah. But of all my countless times in this arena, none stand out more than seeing the return of NBA basketball here after Hurricane Katrina. I saw Kobe Bryant and the Lakers come back to town for the first game in Louisiana after that historic disaster. I actually have a cousin, retired Officer Red Charles, literally right over here. I didn't know if he was alive or not. After Hurricane Katrina, I came here to cover the game and bumped into him, and we both cried as he told me a story about what happened for 15 minutes, which ultimately led to the documentary I did on Katrina. It's that game was a signal to the world that a resilient New Orleans was back. It was a new beginning for this outstanding city. And as I look at you all today, I see the same spirit. Today isn't just a graduation ceremony, it is your new beginning. I'm gonna say that again. Today is not just your graduation ceremony, it's a new beginning. Be proud. I'm very familiar with the achievement that you all are celebrating today because my late father, Curtis Spears, did something similar. He was a hard-working foreman at an auto plant, working the night shift. By the time he got home, his wife was about to leave for work. His two children, me and my sister, were about to leave for school. Does that sound familiar to any of you guys here? And by the time he was leaving for work, no one was returned yet. As he moved up to supervisor ranks in his 40s, he accepted his employer's offer to pay for him to go to school to get his bachelor's degree. So while working full-time and raising a family, he decided to go back to school. Online didn't exist then, but just like you graduates, he was spending lots of his free time studying and completing schoolwork on his oak desk until he got his degree. It's safe to say my work ethic came from him. When Pops graduated, I was in my teens, my early teens, and I was in attendance at his commencement ceremony. And when they called his name, I didn't just clap, I stood up and I yelled, "Yeah, Dad!" And the crowd laughed just like you did, but I didn't care. I was proud of my father. And at that moment, I thought to myself, if he could do all that to graduate from college, what excuse do I have? So I went on to earn an AA degree from Foothill College in California, a bachelor's degree in print journalism from San Jose State, and a master's degree in sports business management from Louisiana State University. Go Tigers. And I also was awarded an honorary doctorate from Langston University. My younger sister, go Lions. Yeah. My younger sister also went on to get her bachelor's degree not far from here at Dillard University. Not the same, okay, all right. No love for Dillard. And a master's degree as well. I'm like, dang, Dillard, down the street. They don't, okay. To the families and friends in the stands, I know exactly how you feel. You aren't just cheering because a box has been checked. You are cheering for the long nights, the missed dinners, the missed kids' games and ballet recitals and events and etc. There were countless calls with faculty and mentors and course instructors, virtual meetings with classmates, sacrifices that led to this memorable day. Witnessing my father's graduation transformed me. And for many of you, I hope a similar impact ultimately affects you. Graduates, look at your loved ones in the stands. Please look at them right now for me. Know this, that your achievement sets a standard. You're encouraging your family, particularly your children, your loved ones, your nephews, your nieces, your neighborhood kids to pursue a higher education. Pursue greatness. If my father gave me the blueprint for that hard work, though, my mother would give me the blueprint for resilience. Resilience is defined as the ability to overcome the highest of obstacles when there appears to be no ladder to climb. In 1964, my mother graduated from Carver High School right here in New Orleans. My uncle said, I didn't graduate from Harvard, I graduated from Carver. And for some reason, in New Orleans, it's a big deal to know where somebody went to high school. I haven't figured that out yet, but say your high school now so everybody knows. There you go. She didn't just dream about being a nurse. Again, I'm gonna repeat this. My mom didn't just dream about being a nurse, she was going to be a nurse. She applied to 2 local nursing schools, but this straight-A student was turned away. Why? The color of her skin. At that time, there were no college graduates in her family. Beaten by racism and the challenges of being black in the civil rights movement, my grandmother offered her what seemed like safe advice at the time. Maybe you should just take a job at JCPenney's. I see in the newspaper that they're hiring colored girls right now. My mom politely yet sternly told my grandmother, I'm going to be a nurse. Soon after, my mother's aunt told her that there was an all-black nursing school in St. Louis that she could get accepted to called Homer G. Phillips. It's a renowned school, so I get it. Thank you for those claps. Yeah. My mother quickly accepted that offer, packed her bag, and took a bus from New Orleans to St. Louis with a mere $5 to her name. As she said, she was going to be a nurse. When she got to St. Louis, she had a quarter, and she moved in with her aunt, who was married with 4 children, so she could be a nurse. After getting her nursing degree, meeting my father in St. Louis, getting married, having me, they moved to the San Francisco Bay Area, where she got her first nursing job at Stanford Hospital. Not satisfied, she went on to get her bachelor's degree in nursing and master's in occupational health. In 2002, my parents moved back to New Orleans after my father retired. So check this out. My mom comes back here. She accepts a leadership position at one of the local hospitals. That hospital actually was including one of the nursing schools that turned her down because she was black in the 60s. What made the story even crazier was the office my mother inherited in this new job at this hospital that once disposed of her was the same office that she was turned down in decades earlier. This is all a true story. Overwhelmed by the reality of it all, she closed the door, thanked God, and cried when she got a moment to herself. Me telling this anything is possible story in New Orleans means everything to me. My mother also didn't just earn a degree, she started a ripple effect, one that I feel like when I hear that there's about half the graduates are first generation graduates, I think a ripple effect could be coming from you as well. My grandmother told her grandson that, hey, if your aunt could get a degree, you can too. He listened, was inspired, and got a bachelor's degree from Tuskegee Institute. My mother's achievement, thank you. My mother's achievement of earning a nursing degree broke the family cycle of limited education, and inspired second-generation college students to follow in her footsteps. We will soon welcome the 5th third-generation college graduate as well, and that's all from my mom opening the door in the beginning. My mom's accomplishment has positively impacted our family and continues to motivate those who come after her. Because of the wonderful examples my parents set, I was able to pursue and achieve many of my dreams. I played basketball in college, on the way to getting 3 degrees. I received the Curt Gowdy Media Award, was enshrined into the Naismith Basketball Memorial Hall of Fame for, in their words and not mine, outstanding contributions to the basketball and print journalism. And every time I see Steph Curry, he literally greets me by saying, "What's up, Hall of Famer?" And I remind him that I got into the Hall of Fame before he did. And the fact that I made it to the Hall of Fame without making a shot or playing in the NBA is still amazing to me. And it all started with my education path. It started with a soldier's degree, then a bachelor's, and eventually my master's degree, which, like all of you, I actually earned online. And for people that hate on online schools, I'm telling you, I think it's harder than actually going into a classroom. Can any of y'all second that for me? Right? Class over online, I can't walk into the teacher's office. I gotta figure out a way to get a hold of them, right? You guys all did that group project where that one dude didn't show up online, right? Yeah, he's in here right now. Raise your hand. You know who he is. But his family here, so we won't say nothing. What you did is a test of character. It requires a level of initiative that most people never can find. Graduates, you've opened a door for a better future today. And you may not have just opened it for yourselves. Perhaps some of today's graduates were inspired by a loved one wearing a cap and gown before them. And if they are here right now, please point at them real quick and let them know that they inspired you to be here today. And thank you for doing that. All right, hold on. We almost done. I'm almost done. Maybe the door to education you opened offered a view of the road to college for your kids, your nieces, your nephews, your extended family, your neighbors, the kids you see at work. Today, many of you have become the architects for a generation of college graduates. You are the proof that grit wins and resilience triumphs. When you stand up and you walk out of these doors today, remember you are now a force of change. Be proud of what you accomplished. Stand tall and know that the world is yours with hard work. Congrats. This wasn't easy, Night Owls. Be proud, congratulations, and les bon temps roulés.
Marc, thank you for being the best storyteller in basketball and inspiring all of us today. Can we give him one more round of applause?